is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. We got some interesting news to be talking about. But before we get into that, man, we have the Asian sensation over there in this magenta purple room. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys? Ben here, another third of We Are Wrestling. How you guys doing? We got some great shit coming along, like Dan had mentioned. But before we do that, Don, what do they all have to do?
If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course, you already know, the grind is real. Today, what are we going to be talking about here on Extras?
We're going to be talking about some CM Punk news, man.
I would say news, but definitely some juice that's circulating for sure and surfacing.
Speculated reports.
Absolutely. And it's starting to become more and more apparent as, time's gone on since the infamous media pipe bomb scrum at this point, as everybody kind of knows it. It's interesting shit. Honestly, it's developing quite juicy. I don't know what to think. Now that it's starting to become more so of a reality than I thought.
Before we give our opinions about what's going on here, just want to let the We Are Wrestling Maniacs know that these are not 100% confirmed yet, but there is speculation going around from, I believe the source is PW Torch. They reported that CM Punk and AEW might be doing a buyout with his contract, which means that they will be applying all the rules to his contract. They do this similar to sports where, the athlete, if they don't want to play for the team no more and the team has no interest in the player,
like
what they do is they agree on a buyout where pretty much CM Punk will get the money that he is owed and what he has to get paid, and then he gets to go and do whatever CM Punk wants to do. So basically the speculation right now is that there is a buyout being talked about right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on a buyout? Do you think that maybe this is the right move to do, or should they continue working with CM Punk?
Dan, I'll let you go first. Generously, I'll let you go first because I know you have a lot more substance in terms of how you feel about the matter in general. So honestly,
I do, but I'm kind of conflicted at the moment. If you ask me right now, I would say, all right, you know what? Have the buyout happen. But I mean, I guess selfishly, I've always thought about, having Punk drop the title to MJF, and I kind of part of me still wants that to happen. So I'm conflicted on do I want this to happen or not at the moment.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Danny, it can't happen. CM Punk got stripped of the world title.
Yep.
I know.
That's
and
serious,
he's on the shelf
man. Again.
Yeah.
It's
this time for 8 months.
Yeah, he's injured as it is, so it's it's almost kind of sad, in a way. All drama aside, complete just pro wrestling fan in general speaking. It's very sad that this was such a huge return and it was such an anticipated return, and the fact that, he sold out a stadium on the midst of just a fucking rumor. It just, his return was so big and he's only been around for a little over a year, hasn't done much than scratch the surface of what could have been. And I feel like it's rough, I don't wish a buyout on anybody's contract, especially if things were going well. But I think at this point it's the right move because the loosest term that I can put it is he's basically the pro wrestling and sports entertainment version of Tom Cruise, and that's kind of shitty, and like an Ed Norton and Tom Cruise, because at this point it's like he's kind of dictating something so much to the point where it kind of sucks. It sucks, and it starts turmoil, and like I've stated before, and Don can relate, and we can all kind of relate a little bit where it doesn't matter how big your name is. It doesn't matter, what's going on, world champion or not. If there's somebody that's higher than you, regardless of how you personally feel about them, you gotta handle it as professionally as you possibly can. You can't be flaming fucking people, especially when you just fucking got here, basically. These guys have been here since day one. Maybe we may
For
not
over a
like them.
year. I believe it was only 1
Yeah.
year, right?
Like,
Yeah.
he came back last August. So it's like, you got these day ones or the EVPs, which we all have our opinion that obviously no superstar that's active as they are should be a fucking EVP of anything that they're, working for. That already creates conflict of interest. And, I could say it a million times that, certain individuals put titles on themselves to keep the island of relevancy.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for another time.
Very
Do
true.
I think it's a good idea? At this point, yes, because I think the situation needs to air out a little bit. I think we need to kind of hear things on both sides once, tensions are down, once the air clears. And I think we really need to kind of come down to the truth of things before, we kind of take the next step. So I think that right now it's probably in the best interest for everybody. But if Punk goes, I also feel as if the elite should either go as well or have a very extended leave of absence.
I think they're definitely not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah,
My thoughts
extended
on
leave.
the buyout with CM Punk, unfortunately, like a lot of people want to say that CM Punk's run has been ass because they all looked
it's been
at with the
lackluster.
whole situ, okay, like that. But a lot of people need to realize, and I think Danny can agree a little bit with me because Danny has watched AEW with CM Punk joining the promotion every Wednesday, doing his watch-alongs, Danny H vlogs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with CM Punk, he has had a good run, and I kind of agree with Kevin Nash. He said this on his recent podcast. CM Punk was, I feel like, perfectly fine until that first injury. After his first injury, when he came back, he started acting like a freaking dickhead.
Yeah.
I think that's the best term to, say it. CM Punk acted like an entitled brat when he came back. And it was CM Punk's way or the highway.
And it just makes me wonder, like, what happened?
It's not the right move.
Like, what happened? Like, where did this sense of entitlement come from? Like, I don't understand.
He was like a locker room favorite before all of this happened. And, like, I think when Kevin Nash, pointed that out, I want to point that out here on, the We Are Wrestling, extras, because I really feel like CM Punk, came into AEW with no ego. He came in as, pretty much
humble.
He came in humbled. He was ready to work with these young guys. He said it in his first promo, arriving in AEW in front of his live Chicago crowd. And then next thing you know, as soon as he gets injured, he's on the sideline. He comes back with this attitude, friggin' acting like he's better than everybody else. And I'm sorry, but what he did at the media scrum, he definitely there needs to be a buyout. It's unfortunate. Like, when you are the face of a company, you need to be professional. You are the face of the company. And unfortunately, we're not going to be hearing about CM Punk or the Elite for a little while because Tony Khan has to fix the mess that CM Punk created. Because CM Punk could have kept his feelings on the low, and none of this probably would have escalated to this point. And they probably would still hate each other and not like each other, but it would have never gotten to this point.
The thing is, though,
CM Punk's fault.
See, I don't look at it like that. I think the Young Bucks are just as at fault as
absolutely.
Nope,
they could have handled it differently
in
too.
the media scrum literally called out anybody. Oh, you got a fucking problem with me? You know where I am. Basically asking for a fight. And you know what usually happens when that happens? CM Punk freaking gets his ass kicked. Ask Teddy Hart.
But see, I think the Elite are at fault too.
You're right. They should have been professional, but I'm sorry. But CM Punk literally put them on blast.
And I'm pretty sure
he called them out.
I'm pretty sure Ben can, will know where I'm coming from with this. Like, when you have anger and frustration pent up, built up within you.
Fuck you. No, I understand.
And if you just let it sit there and just let it keep building and building and building and building and building, something bigger could have happened.
Oh yeah.
Why couldn't CM Punk do this off the cameras? He knew what he was doing.
So what? His fucking dog?
See, I don't.
He set this up. This is all CM Punk's fault. He
I
picked
will
the wrong
say,
place at the wrong
I'm
time.
gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Don on that, and I'm gonna kind of elaborate. I again, it roots back to you may not like it, but you came here, bro. Like, I don't agree with the elite at all. Again, I don't even believe they should be fucking EVPs of goddamn
No, they
anything.
should not be EVP.
They shouldn't even be called the fucking Young Bucks, and I've stated it before. There's many reasons as to fucking why, but I just. It's everybody's fucking fault. But if I'm gonna, weigh out the scales here, yeah, I'm on fucking CM Punk being his fucking fault. 100%. He didn't have to do what he fucking did. It could have been private.
I'm
It could have
not
been through text on
saying.
fucking Twitter for all I give a shit.
The thing is, I'm not saying that, the Young Bucks should, be back on TV. They deserve this suspension just like CM Punk and Ace Steel. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, they're doing investigations, and I guarantee you the investigations, it's all pointing that CM Punk started this. And unfortunately, the one that's got to get the shit end of the stick in this situation is CM Punk.
I'm
Young
still
Bucks
also
and
going to
Omega
point out.
are going to be suspended for a while.
I'm still going to point out, though, if you bite somebody in a fight, you're a bitch. I'm still going to make that firm. I've already said that. But if you bite somebody, you're a bitch. Like the fucking, I don't know what the fuck his name is, CM
Ace
Punk's
Steel?
lackey, Ace Steel. Like, if you bite somebody, you're a bitch. If you pull somebody's fucking hair, especially a male, you're a bitch.
Apparently, there's a new report out that Ace Steel, I guess his wife is like handicapped or whatever. She's in a wheelchair. And he went in there to try and get her and CM Punk's dog away out of there. And I guess the elite was starting with him, and that's how he got physically involved. So there's that report too.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I said,
but
there's so many different.
There was also a report too that Kenny Omega was actually trying to get the dog out of the room during it.
Yeah, you still also don't have to fucking bite somebody.
The way I see it, man, like
CM Punk started it. If he never went on that media scrum, none of this would have happened.
It's not that
That's why
CM
Punk there needs to be a buyout.
Fucking said it has nothing to do with him going on. It's just him going into business for himself on a completely different level. It was completely
he called out
Hangman
hand. Adam Page about it though.
Hangman Adam Page.
Adam Page did not do nothing.
I get it. Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole fucking thing is just wild. But if there's one recurring factor, it's CM Punk is hard as fuck to work with, and the dude is never happy wherever he is. He's just not fucking happy. It doesn't matter where he is. He's just not, and he's unwilling to fucking get with the fucking program in 2022. The dude is stuck on his old shit, and it's like, dude, some instances it doesn't work like that anymore.
Look,
you have to humble yourself.
Here's the thing about the whole CM Punk situation. He's so opinionated and outspoken. Why hasn't he spoken about this yet?
Mm-hmm.
He was probably told not to. I heard there was some kind of legal binding, something there. Like there might be like a legal case out of this. So
I'm not surprised.
Why
I
hasn't
CM Punk's going to be going
talked about it? You could say the same thing about them.
I just don't know. I think CM Punk, the whole WWE incident happened in 2014. He went ghost for, I believe it was almost a year. Watch, I guarantee you, CM Punk will be going ghost for probably another year.
If that's the case, like that's some pussy shit, dude. That's some spineless fucking shit. If you go ghost after a year and you don't even have the balls to at least, apologize to Tony at least. Like you literally embarrassed the fuck out of your own boss, dude. Like, and Tony knew that shit was up in flames the moment somebody said anything about fucking Scott Colton. Like the moment anybody said anything, he knew that the fucking world was about to end. And
see, I've never been a fan of Cole Cabana, so I didn't even know what his name was.
I heard him say that.
Scott somebody, and I was like, who the fuck was that?
I don't care
who it was.
Yeah, dude. Again, I don't care about his feelings towards him, but the fact of the matter is, dude, you just fucking embarrassed your boss as the world champion at a media scrum where it's supposed to be celebratory mostly and to discuss business.
A great pay-per-view, and then he made it about himself.
Dude, he overshadowed so many fucking people's moments with that bullshit he was on. And that's why I'm, again, there's a time and place, and that is not the fucking way to do it.
Did you hear what MJF said about
Omega
it?
Should be suspended still, but CM Punk, there should be a contract buyout.
Absolutely. What'd you say?
He doesn't deserve to be an AEW.
Did you hear what MJF said about this whole situation?
I
I'm
did,
curious.
which I have a reaction for that actually coming out.
Yeah, he
later
didn't.
on.
He doesn't want to elaborate on it. He didn't want to elaborate like on the incident or whatever. But Ariel Hawani asked him if he thinks that this whole media scrum, out overshadowed his, his return to the company, and he said he'd know, and he pretty much said everybody who thinks that's a fucking jackass.
No, his return was absolutely fucking epic.
Oh, it was epic. MJF is right now clear. Like, and the thing is, I want to say, speaking of AEW right now, without CM Punk in the Elite,
yeah,
the
it's fine.
ratings have been better.
Can I also just point out too, Soraya's fucking pop was so massive that AEW had to tone down the fucking crowd so you could hear her entrance music in the fucking the fucking flashback. In the rewind, like
Oh,
if they
that
had
was
to tone,
awesome.
dude, you couldn't hear her fucking theme song unless you really listened in the live recording of it. But if you go back on AEW's fucking YouTube and watch her fucking debut, you can hear the song perfectly with some of the crowd. It was roaring in the live broadcast. I was out of, dude, it was bonkers. That was one of the biggest pops
Something the
from a
women's
woman
division
in a
needs.
long fucking time.
They got themselves
Oh,
a star now,
absolutely.
which is
Dude, I am
absolutely
so fucking,
exciting.
and I'm excited for her, like for getting cleared and everything, and joining AEW, and she's going to be a part of the roster that so desperately needed the star power. I'm not gonna lie, it compels me more to start watching regularly because I got chills watching that fucking that debut, and I also am very excited for Ronnie Radke too because now he's starting to get globally known now because AEW is becoming fucking huge, and to have that song probably one of their number one to go in history. Like they're gonna be fucking getting a platinum record for that song. I guarantee it. Like it's amazing. Like it was just so fucking beautiful, and I'm excited for pro wrestling fans and metal musicians around the globally because Chris Motionless and fucking Ronnie Radke are on fire right now for professional wrestling, and I'm loving this.
These were two dudes on fucking Warped Tour, bro. They're
Literally, we watched them the same year, but fucking side to side. Literally, Falling in Reverse was playing on the stage right after their set Motionless went on. In 2014, my dude, we were there together.
I gotta say, with Paige's debut in AEW, it was incredible. I think they picked the perfect time to do it. I think All Out was already, crowded as it
All that was
was.
fucking
So
insane,
they did
dude.
not need her to debut there because they had MJF return. I think having her at Grand Slam in front of that stadium, great move by TK. I'm excited because they're going to start something with her and Brit Baker, which I think, there's a lot of, things that they can do with that. And I think that would be a great match for Brit Baker.
You know what I'm
especially.
like? I'm so excited for her specifically because I have a feeling that Dan knew who it was the moment he heard Zombified. I guarantee, like he knew exactly who the fuck it was.
I did, but she looked different.
She got older, man. She got older. She's wearing less makeup than she did when she was in WWE. Like her lipstick isn't as thick. Like she's going more natural. She just got older, man. And what I love the most is that the moment you saw her name, everybody knew who the fuck it was immediately. Everybody was out of their fucking feet, dude. She was again another edge thing. She was disqualified from ever fucking doing it, and she's back cleared, a complete new feel, and I'm excited to see her first match back in so many years, man. Like I'm so excited for it. I couldn't be happier. And again, I'm just excited for everybody all around because it's a fucking dub for professional wrestling in general. It doesn't matter about brand promotion. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just, it's great.
That's the thing. The AEW women's division is very underrated. They have lots of great talent, but they don't have that star. And now with Saraya Paige coming to AEW,
hot take.
This is the perfect way to really build and establish your women's division. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect booking. How do you feel, Danny, about it?
I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. Now I heard or I read some reports earlier on in the day, and a lot of them said that over the course of the last couple of months, TK and Paige have had, or Saraya have had meetings or whatever, but nothing was set in stone. They couldn't, nothing was agreed upon or anything like that. And then to have her debut like she did, I will say that was one of the most perfect spots I would have placed her in, just
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
When you think of AEW, in a way, you have to think of Brit Baker, and I mean putting Saraya in there pretty much with like the biggest woman performer in the women's division over there. I think it's great.
Honestly,
Definitely they're more like established non-WWE women in Brit Baker.
see, I gotta say, if there's one person I hope eventually goes to AEW as a legend and genuinely adds to the roster, and this is like somebody I've been wanting to make a resurgence so bad because I know they can still go because I've watched some of their recent work.
Mhm.
I want to see Melina in AEW. I want to see Melina in AEW. 100%, dude. She can
That would
still
be
fucking
awesome.
go.
She's
She can
doing stuff
still
for
fucking go.
NWA now, right?
She is. She is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I've watched some of her recent stuff. Homegirl can still fucking go. And to have that kind of star power in AEW would be amazing. Seeing her back for, like, even if it was a couple seconds at the Royal Rumble recently, gave me fucking chills. It was
Yeah.
incredible seeing her in a WWE
They did her
ring again.
dirty though, in my own opinion.
100. And dude, if Triple H was fucking running creative at that point, she would have
Would've
lasted a
signed her.
lot longer. He would have, and she would have lasted a lot longer. At least she would have at least had 10 minutes. At least.
I'm
Yeah,
waiting
the
for
way they
Eminem
did
to make
that was pretty good.
I'm waiting for Eminem to make somewhat of a resurgence. Even
Joey
so,
Mercury won't be able to.
Yeah,
Just
it
by
won't
his face
happen.
in general, he won't be able to.
But let us know in the comment section below, guys, what you guys thought of Saraya's debut and the contract buyout with CM Punk. Do you think it's actually going to happen? What do you guys think down below? But if you guys enjoyed this quick little extras, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, help support us by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. You can go follow all of our social medias and other YouTube pages. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
Road to 2200.
Woo!